once symptoms emerge, can leave the be permanently disfigured and intolerant. And whereas in 1997, the World Health Assembly called for the elimination of lymphatic filariasis as a public health problem. And whereas the National Program to Eliminate Lymphatic Filariasis, NPELF, was founded in 2000 and is one of the few LF programs that address the dual goals of the global elimination program on a national scale. And whereas filarial infection can cause a variety of clinical manifestations, including lymphedema on the limbs, general disease, and recurrent acute attacks, which are extremely painful and are accompanied by fever. And whereas Togo became the first country in Africa to train physicians from all parts of the country in techniques to alleviate suffering from lymphedema and stop progression of the disease in those already on their way towards elephantiasis. And whereas Togo has embarked on a rapidly expanding series of annual drug distributions to interpret transmission of lymphatic filariasis, and therefore be it resolved that the United Nations will build medical centers in the country of Togo, and in combination with the medical experts in Togo, will train doctors from the African region on how to create and administer vaccines to treat LF. The United Nations and Togo will jointly head up the program that will, 1. Create 2 medical centers located in Togo to help train doctors to treat lymphatic filariasis, as well as one near the capital city, Lome, and one in North Togo. 2. We want the main medical center to be near/in the capital city, Lome, that is easy distributions via airport, boats, and trains to go around to other parts of Togo and Africa. The capital of Togo is near the Gulf of Guinea, a gulf that connects all the nations together that are close to the Gulf, and has an easier way to get to other people in Africa that are near the Gulf of Guinea. 3. The Northern Medical Center will be near surrounding countries, allowing access to ship vaccines via land. 4. The United Nations will provide the funds for the clinics, trainers, and vaccines for 1 calendar year. After the first year, the operation of the clinic and training of the doctors will be the responsibility of Togo. 5. The medical centers will be open to any country who is willing to travel from a 500-mile radius to be treated by well-trained doctors to cure the fatal disease of lymphatic filariasis.
Hello, we're citizens from Togo, Africa. We would like to tell you about a very crippling disease that not only affects citizens of Togo, but threatens about 120 million people in more than 80 countries, from Haiti to India, Ghana to Brazil. It is called lymphatic filariasis, a disease that often leads to an ailment known as elephantiasis.
Lymphatic filariasis, or LF, is a troubling disease that is caused by parasitic worms, often passed to people by mosquitoes. It can take 8 to 10 years for symptoms to manifest themselves. And once symptoms emerge, it can leave people permanently disfigured.
This global problem is one that has already gotten the attention of the world. In fact, in 1997, the World Health Assembly called for the elimination of LF as a public health problem. And the National Program to Eliminate LF has already tried to address the disease on a global scale.
Togo is one of the vanguard countries that has already stepped up to try and eliminate LF. We are in the process of being the first sub-Saharan African country to try and eliminate LF. Years ago, we became the first country in Africa to train physicians and techniques to alleviate suffering from lymphedema. Our solution is hopeful, simple, and easy to execute. We wish that with the help of the United Nations, we will create 2 medical centers located in Togo, one near the southern capital, Lome, and one in northern Togo. In these centers, we will train physicians for Togo and any other country within 800 kilometers on the manufacture. We also wish to manufacture the necessary vaccines in these facilities for both use by citizens of Togo and any country in need of a vaccine.
Now imagine there is a vaccine that costs less than 50 cents per person to prevent this horrible disease. And one dose of 2 certain drugs will get rid of all of the microscopic worms in the bloodstream, preventing the onset of elephantiasis. However, if the drugs are not given early enough, the physical malformations can be undone, and the person will be permanently disfigured. These locations have been picked because we want easy distribution via the nation's airport, by boat and and by train to go around the other parts of Togo and Africa. The Northern Medical Center will be near surrounding countries, allowing the access to ship the drug via land.
We are asking that the United Nations provide funds needed for the clinics, trainers, and the vaccines for 1 calendar year. After that, Togo will be responsible for the continued funding of the centers. The jumpstart provided by the United Nations, combined with the manpower and efforts of the Togolese people, will be a benefit to not only our country, but numerous countries around Africa and the world that so desperately need vaccinations.
We will now move into debate on Resolution 144. The chair takes the author's speech as a speech in favor. Is there a speech in opposition? The chair recognizes the delegate from Tunisia.
Mr. President, Carson Baird, delegate of Tunisia. I'm in opposition of this resolution because I fail to see how much money the total cost of it will be for the clinics, the trainers, and the vaccines. May I yield the floor to a fellow delegate?
Yes.
Mr. President, Al Fletcher, delegate of Tunisia. May the delegates yield to a question.
Please state your question.
In the third whereas clause, it states that in 1997, the World Health Assembly called for the elimination of lymphocytic filariasis as a public health problem. I would like to clarify if the elimination of the disease is the public health problem or the disease itself is.
The disease itself is the problem, not the
elimination.
yeah. Elimination.
The chair recognizes that as a speech in favor. Is there a speech in opposition?
Point of order. Mr. President, Al Fletcher, delegate of Tunisia. The point of order is that it was a speech of opposition.
Point well taken. Is there a speech in favor? The chair recognizes the delegate from Togo.
Mr. President, Clayman Paulson, Tuvalu, will the authors yield to a question?
Due to time constraints, we will not be taking any more questions. We are still looking for a speech in favor. The chair recognizes the delegate from Thailand.
Mr. President, Isabel Zorin, Thailand. I am in favor for this resolution because it addresses a very necessary problem throughout the world that needs to be solved.
The chair recognizes that as a speech in favor. Is there a speech in opposition to close debate? The chair recognizes the delegate from Syria.
Mr. President, Riley Planning from the delegation of Syria. Your resolution fails to mention funding for the program.
The chair recognizes that as a speech in opposition. Would the authors present their closing comments?
First off, thank you all for listening and considering our resolution. For the last 10 minutes, we have discussed the need for assistance in slowing down the spread of lymphatic filariasis. This terrible disease affects up to 120 million people worldwide, from Asia to South America. And we, the delegation from Togo, ask the United Nations to help us fund our solution.
Costing just 50 cents per person for the vaccination, the solution is within reach. Our plan, which asks for the United Nations to supply the funds for 2 medical centers and initial costs for the manufacturing of the vaccinations and training of medical doctors, is an investment in the well-being of millions of people in our country and throughout the whole world. So, as you consider our plan and your vote,
Know that a vote of yes is not just for us, the people of Togo,
it is for the citizens of Tanzania,
the Philippines,
Thailand,
and many, many others around the world.
Thank you. Or as we say, merci.
We will now take a 1-minute caucus for you to decide your vote.